It's your boy Cozy Clyde, aka Kozel, and I'm back in the building with another episode of the Teed Up Podcast, and we got a very special episode for you today. First off, shout out Nate Cobain, shout out to Scumbag Baby, Low Key the Vision for making this possible, and of course I got a couple guests here today introducing themselves. I got my boy Sosa.
Damn, what's good?
And I got my boy Roosh here as well.
Yo.
And y'all know what time it is. By the time you see this, y'all know what time it is. Super Bowl Sunday. You know what I mean? And as y'all see, as I got on my shirt, you know what I mean? Y'all know who the best team in the NFL is.
All right.
All right. We'll get to it. But, you know, as if anyone, you know, isn't sure yet, we got the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 57, 6:30 p.m. in Arizona. I'm pretty sure it's on Fox. Yeah, it's on Fox. Go tune into that. The betting lines early on had the Eagles favored by -2.5 on the spread. And I like that spread, and honestly, I thought it should have been even more of a spread. So we're just gonna get right to it. Before we talk about our predictions, just talk about the two teams throughout the season when you know y'all were watching them. Depending on, I watched every single game from the Eagles this year, but if you've seen the Eagles or if you've seen the Chiefs, like, you know, what were y'all thinking about throughout the year? You know, what did y'all think they were gonna get in this position as Super Bowl favorites or Super Bowl participants at this point?
You wanna go first, fam?
Yeah, I got you. From my take, they came out at the beginning of the season hot. Like, they weren't losing. They couldn't lose. Jalen Hurts was just performing at a top level, and their defense was performing at a level that was necessary for them to keep performing the way they were. And they weren't facing an opposition that was necessarily posing them a challenge. They went how many undefeated games and continued to roll, and even after they lost, they still, even though they had that weird playoff picture going on and things like that, they still made the playoffs, and they still succeeded, and they still made it to this point in time. So I give them a lot of credit for that, because they have really worked for this playoff run, despite maybe having some hiccups near the end of the season. And then when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm interested to see what Patrick Mahomes can do, and I've been watching him all season. Everybody was worried about that little ankle injury he had, or that what was it, the leg injury he had at the end of the season.
Icy hot.
Yeah. I don't think that was nothing. I think we're blowing that one out of proportion, and I think it's going to shape up to be a good game. That's all I'm going to say right now, but it's going to shape up to be a good game.
I respect it. How about you, Sosa? I mean, you know, the Eagles out of nowhere, you know, last year we was good, but like we was still learning how to win. So like we come out of nowhere, you know, we start off 8-0, and you know, we go even more crazy after the fact. Like, you know, as somebody outside looking in on that, like, what was your feeling in this, you know,
First of all, let me get this off my chest. All right, let me get this off my chest first and foremost. All right.
Here we go.
I predicted this coming. All right, from their last win. Okay, people, I predicted this. I knew that it was going to take at least 2 years' time for them to come back to the bowl. Now, because I predicted this, I how can you say, expected nothing less from my team. You understand? First of all, the boy Hurts is a problem.
He's MVP.
He's a problem. Okay, they can't hold him. Okay, he's too physically fit. And then he knows he has beautiful chemistry with his team. I mean, what else could you honestly ask for? You know what I'm talking about?
He fits into that Eagles system really well.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He is the system at this point.
But my one challenge to that is Gardner Minshew.
Oof.
Because how does Gardner Minshew go that hard on the Eagles, playing for how many games? How many games did he play? What was it?
I think it was like
this season?
It was like 2 last year and then 2 this year.
I'm talking about those 2 games this year. He bowled out those 2 games. I'm not saying he went crazy. I'm not saying he's a new starting quarterback. I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying is that proved to me that the Eagles have a good system. And that's not to say that Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback, but he fits that system very well.
Hold on. Let me ask you one question, Roosh. Now I got you on hook. You said it, so now you know I gotta get you on that. So you think Gardner Minshew? Let's rewind.
Yeah.
Let's go to the playoffs. Forget the regular season because it's regular season.
Okay, yeah.
You think Gardner Minshew F it the Super Bowl?
I don't think, no, if you're going to ask me Gardner Minshew wins the playoffs.
Hey, does he win one game? Like one game.
So is he a backup QB?
Yeah. Bro, here's what I'm saying. I think Gardner, if he has the sauce, if he has the juice for that one game, yes, he wins the game. Is he going to be consistent? Is he going to carry you to a Super Bowl victory? No.
Nah.
He's not. He can't. That's the point I was trying to make. Is that's why I think Jalen Hurts fits the Eagles system really well, because he can do that. He can do what Gardner Minshew can't do.
Yeah,
Does that
I
make
agree
sense?
with you on that.
And that's not to say, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback, but if you put him in a different system, I don't know if he's going to perform as well as he is right now on a almost MVP level.
Well, but I think that's part of the beauty of the NFL at that point. You know what I mean? When you can find that person, it's a little risky building a team around them, but if you're able to find that person to build a team around, and they take it not only to the level where it's at least sustainable, but take it to a level where they're like, oh man, we believe in ourselves much more, and because we're going to end up, I got love for Jalen. We're going to end up talking about him for the whole show. But along the same token, go back to the offseason. Tyreek Hill get traded from the Chiefs to the Dolphins, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody was saying, Mahomes don't got Tyreek anymore. He don't really have any sort of receiving core, like how, he's an MVP, he's Mahomes, and they was trying, they was waiting for him to fall, but they was questioning his ability all year, and not only did he, stay at the level that he was at last year without Tyreek, he elevated.
I'm not questioning what Mahomes' ability is, because you and I and everybody here knows what Mahomes' ability is. We know he's a high caliber player.
Yeah.
My question to you, I guess, is what weapons does Mahomes have? And I'm not asking you that as a spot of ignorance. I'm asking you from a spot of what do you see in Patrick Mahomes? Not in Patrick Mahomes, but around him.
So I'm an Eagles fan. So you know me, I'm looking at all this. I'm like, we can figure them out.
Plans.
We know who they have. We know who 87 is on Kansas City. We know who Travis. We know what he can do. However, right, I'm even taking a step further. It's not even their receivers that we need to necessarily worry about beating us deep in the secondary, doing things like that. It's those 3rd and 4 situations or 35 situations where they give it to a player like Pacheco or give it to McKinnon or another running back that they have. Those are very valuable yards and points, kind of like how we do on our team. Where we run the ball, we try to chew clock, things like that. We have to stop the running back first before we even go after trying to stop Mahomes and Kelsey. But yes, I do agree. You know what? I do agree with what you said as far as the question goes, but I'll say a lot of that has to do with the things that Mahomes offers as a quarterback.
Very true.
A lot of open lanes, a lot of running lanes where receivers, after the catch, they're able to get 10, 20 yards, things like that.
So as the Eagles, how do you counter that? And from my perspective, I would say you probably bring in your linebackers a little bit on those short situations. Yeah. You got to sink in your outside linebackers and make sure they cover the middle of the field for the inside slants. But I feel like it's just important to have your linebackers on cue. And are you guys holding it down in that linebacker position?
That makes me a great point. I'm going to open this up to everybody in the room. So, y'all got an elite quarterback. Let's go back to high school or middle school when everybody was balling or whatever. Mm-hmm. When you got an elite player you're going against, and you fight against talent versus system. With that talent, would y'all attack them directly, talent on talent, or are you letting them do the talented things they do and just try to get them tired and try to you force them to make mistakes? What would you do? Take it out of sports, things like that, but take it out of the game. What would you do in that scenario? Are you attacking them straight up, or are you filling a force field around them?
We'll see. It all depends on the enemy that's at hand. You understand? You have some enemies or some teams in this instance that are very tactile. You know what I'm saying? As far as getting that game plan and executing, that's their specialty.
For sure.
You have some teams now that are bullies. They can go straight, head to head.
Because they probably bumps. They probably athletic. They probably bumps athletic. But that's your point. Exactly.
You know
exactly.
So it's I tell you what's Kansas' problem.
What is
And
it?
if the Eagles pick up on this, they might get the dub.
Yeah.
As far as Mahomes versus Hurts, Hurts got a better consistency.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah.
If he can capitalize off that and hit the way it hurts,
Yeah.
I think them birds gonna fly.
Let's get to it.
Let me
Let's get to the
let me
prediction.
let me
Oh,
counter that.
Go ahead.
Let me counter that. My question to you is
I knew he was gonna-
my question to you is we all remember Tom Brady
Of course.
in the playoffs with the Patriots.
Legend.
Oh,
No
yeah.
matter what, no matter
yeah.
what the scenario was,
Oh, yeah.
you couldn't count Tom Brady out of the playoffs. Are we safe at a point in time to say you can't count Mahomes out of the playoffs? Are we at that point in history, in football history, where we can say that?
Between him and Andy.
And I'm not saying I necessarily agree with that position. I'm asking, can we say that without it being something that is heavily disagreed
To
upon?
be honest, it can't be. Honestly, this Super Bowl gonna prove it. That's all I'm gonna say. This
think
Super Bowl
so?
gonna prove if it should be talked about. But I'm gonna be honest, like Mahomes, like you're my guy. Like I've got Mahomes in my. That's my. If it wasn't Hurts, it would be my favorite quarterback. It's not gonna look too good for Mahomes. I'm just gonna get right to it.
No doubt it's not going to look good for Mahomes if he
It's
loses
not
that
gonna
game.
look good.
But at the same time, if he wins the game,
Oh yeah.
he solidifies himself. In my
yeah.
humble opinion, he solidifies himself as one of the best
No,
quarterbacks in our recent
because
generation.
you win 2 Super Bowls, but there's no question about
And
it.
that's not based off those 2 Super Bowls. It's the fact that he's just his performance, his numbers, just his dominance in the league. To speak back to what you were saying, Will, I guess can you count Mahomes out of the playoffs, regardless of how well people perform on the Eagles?
Yes,
how well
yes, you
people-
can count them out.
Hell
Yes, you
yeah.
can count them out.
Hell yeah.
Yes, you can count them out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, you can count them
How
out.
so?
What you mean?
Like, can you can't just count out, or you're saying you can count out a Hail Mary from Mahomes or some crazy play from Mahomes to Kelsey or down the field to Juju.
Listen.
Or-
The only thing you can do, okay, is not expect the unexpected, okay? You can't goddamn, we can cuss? We can use profanity?
Yeah.
Okay, man, I got you.
Bring the mic in a little bit.
You can't expect to counterattack a miracle.
That's true.
Okay?
But I guess my thing is Mahomes is a miracle. Mahomes is a miracle to an extent.
Exactly, to an extent. To an extent. You know what I'm saying? So, alright. Put it like this. I give Mahomes 2 times to slip up.
Right.
I give Mahomes 2 times to slip up.
And what does a slip up qualify to you as? Is it just like throwing a pick, or is that just like a waste of a third and long?
For
Like,
me,
what
it's
is
a
that?
pick. Mahomes, like a 3 and out for Mahomes, he'll take that any day. Person, not to cut you off, bro.
You
Like,
good, you good.
For real, like, if you gonna beat Mahomes, you not only gotta stop him, you gotta stop him in his territory. You can't have him. I don't even want him punting. I need interceptions. I need sack fumbles. Like, that's the way you do really stop
And
him.
while I have faith in the Eagles secondary, it's Mahomes, bro. That's kind of what I'm trying to say here. He's not known to throw crazy picks like that, and he's had bad
So
games.
what's your prediction, Roosh? What's your prediction? This is
I
your
see.
prediction.
Okay.
What's your
So
prediction?
here, like, I'm here to say the Eagles have momentum, and I want the Eagles to win this.
The
But
Eagles
they're-
are moving up with a dangerous piece of speed
But
right
with
now.
their
Have you seen their record?
I've seen the record.
recently.
and did you see the record from the let's say halfway through the season to the end of the season?
We was just
We're not getting into specifics.
And
We're
I-
not talking about numbers here.
Here's my prediction.
Go
Right?
ahead, yeah.
I want the Eagles to win this game. Their dream scenario to win this game,
No, they
and
have
the reason that I
They
would
have no choice.
the reason that I'm not 100% confident in the Eagles right now is that they're not playing the Bengals. If it had been Joe Burrow
Shout out to
versus
Bengals fans. Yo, he's having smoked the Bengals fans.
I think that if the Bengals had played the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and I'm not saying it's an easy win, but it's a much easier win in my opinion than the Chiefs.
Hey, look, hey, that's your. Yo, by the way, everybody gotta know, Bruce. With my boy Chargers fan. That boy,
Don't say it like that.
We just
What does that mean?
We just
What does that mean,
because Joe
bro?
Burrow and Herbert, you know, Herbert
Bro,
and
what is
Burrow.
that supposed
I didn't say
to
that.
mean,
I didn't bring that up. I bet, yeah. But all right, look. So wait, who do you have? Like, if you pick, not even, I don't even need to score. Like, who do you? If you were to pick right now?
That's a difficult one, bro. Like, for real.
It's cool because me, like,
No, I'm not even like. You know I don't care, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think the Chiefs are gonna win. I think the Chiefs are gonna win. But
is it a coin toss for you at this point?
I think so. I think it really is because, like I said, the Eagles have that momentum, and despite what I was saying about the end of the season, they may have had some rough patches. They do have the momentum.
Word. Yeah.
And that's why I think that all faith in Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and the Bengals organization. I genuinely think just the amount of momentum that the Eagles had, you would need an almost unmovable object. You have an unstoppable force. You need an unmovable
You
object.
need God.
Like the Chiefs.
And you think Mahomes might be.
I think the
person.
combo of Mahomes and Kelsey is going to constantly dot up you mid-range yards, and that is going to at least put you in the position for field goals.
Yeah.
So it's going to at least make the game competitive. It's not going to make it so the Eagles can just put up a touchdown and sit on their defense, which is not saying that's their normal game plan, but like Mahomes is going to keep getting mid-range looks and keep getting field goals. Even if the secondary is locking it up, Kelsey is too good and Mahomes is too good to at least not get like a 50%, maybe 30% completion rate.
That's
at
real.
least.
I'm gonna dap you up real quick because I took a pick. He's on coin toss. He game time decision on the pick. But then now here's my pick, and I'm because look, I ain't gonna hold. Not only, and remember this, it's coming out. It's coming out tonight.
Uh-oh.
Like, y'all know my predictions or whatever, so I'm not running from this. Eagles about to blow the Chiefs out.
Nah.
The Eagles are about to blow, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you, I'll say it without the jersey on. The Eagles about to blow the Chiefs out.
Clyde, if the Eagles don't blow the Chiefs out,
As long as they win, I can at least come back and be like, oh, they were winning at some point.
if the Eagles lose the Super Bowl, you cannot wear that jersey on this podcast for the next month.
Look, I own it. Look, but no, I've been watching Eagles football since 2010 when Vic pulled up all them. I know times when I know my team ain't really got a shot, but I'll lie and stuff. For the last couple months,
Don't do that.
I'll be pulling up and being like, yo, and the last two games, they've been proving me right. Bro, the game is won in the trenches. Not only does the Chiefs O-line not want to touch our defensive line with fucking, with Hassan Reddick and Cox and Graham and Sweat and Hargrave and everybody else that we have. Bro, like, y'all people in the media, they've been trying to, hype up Chris Jones. Like, Chris Jones, great player. Don't get me wrong, but, like, they try to make it seem like he Aaron Donald or something. Bro, our line going to tear that up. We going to run for, 150. Jalen Hurts, they going to get mad at Jalen Hurts because he's going to throw for only, 175, 200 and still win the MVP. They're going to be like, oh, it's just because the team. Bro, we're about to blow this team out.
But you really don't think that... I'm not denying the points you made about the Chiefs' defense and your offensive line and your defensive line and the Chiefs' O-line.
Yeah.
But are you seriously you're completely counting out Travis Kelce and the Mahomes combo?
I'm going to tell you why. Because I looked at Mahomes in the Super Bowl against Brady. As soon as he couldn't throw the ball no more because of that D-line getting after him, it don't matter what Kelce doing. It don't matter what Tyreek Hill doing. It's over. It's over.
I think it's a different Chiefs team, bro, and I think the Patriots defense is a different defense, bro.
It might be like the Bucs defense. It might be different as far as stars, like name recognition and whatnot.
Yeah.
But Eagles got depth. We don't get tired. We can keep pressuring the quarterback. Yo, we're going to blow this team out, bro.
Y'all know when y'all counting out, y'all talking about Mahomes and Buddy. Listen. Let me tell y'all something. Right now. First of all, I'm gonna give you my prediction. First and foremost, Eagles gonna take the dub. But I say but because one thing I have with the Eagles now. Anyhow, they get comfortable and relax. I know for a fact the Chiefs are going to capitalize off that slip up. Now, to combat that argument, fam, mans like Hurts and Elliott is one of the greatest combos on that team. And then Hurts has multiple combos on the team that he can flip-flop and change with. You understand? Sometimes you might get a 3, you might...
Yeah.
The Chiefs don't got that, fam.
But they have a quarterback who can make that happen.
They got
have
one
a quarterback who can
quarterback.
make that happen,
They have
bro.
one player that y'all got. The Chiefs have one player they bet their chips on.
I mean,
Versus a whole team, fam.
but you have Travis Kelce, you have Juju Smith-Schuster, and while I'm not saying that the Chiefs have depth like that, I do think that they don't have the depth like the Eagles do. I do think that there is enough there to put them.
It might give them a fight. They're gonna have to fight. It might be a dog fight. I feel like it's gonna be a dog fight. As far as a blowout, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a dog fight.
So as we got, to wrap up the episode, as we, because the Eagles fan in me came out toward the end, as y'all. I'm trying to be professional, but like at a certain point, it gets too out of pocket. I gotta just let it be known what's gonna happen. But as of right now, I got Eagles in a blowout. You got Eagles in a dogfight. You got a coin toss.
Completely.
So we going to, watch this episode before you see the game, and come back to it after you see the game, and let's see who was right and who was wrong.
Matter of fact, just to put my name on it, I'm gonna root for the Chiefs here. Just to put my name on it.
All right, yo, remember that.
Just
Yo,
put my
as we
name
end up, come back. You remember that.
I will be here next week, either acting like Stephen A. with my Cuban and this, that, the other, or I'm gonna come back acting like. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Yo, he's a Chargers fan, folks.
What are you saying? What you mean by that, bro?
But I'm saying it because you respect Mahomes. But Mahomes is not looking too good for you.
What you mean by that, bro?
Who's in trouble?
Yo, we going to see, man. Once again, Super Bowl 57 Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on Fox Sports. We got the Kansas City Chiefs going against the Philadelphia Eagles. I got my boy Roosh here. I got my boy Sosa here. Once again, thank you to Nate Cobain. Thank you to Scum. Thank you to Low Key Division. It's your boy Cozy Clyde, and we just ended another episode of the Teed Up Podcast. Stay T. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.